begins with the FBI raiding a house looking for a guy who hacked NASA, but they were shocked to see he was only a child. His real name was Walter O'Brien, but the memory fades as Walter is all grown up now and on a date with his girlfriend. His emotional detachment was an anchor in their relationship, and he broke up with her because he could never be what she wanted. Walter was an actual genius with an IQ of 197, and he had assembled a team of other high IQ individuals to start a business, but the team was barely functioning. Happy was a mechanical genius who spent more time on tools than she did with people. Sylvester, a math genius who was mostly focused on algorithms and continuously forgot to pay the office bills, and Toby, a Harvard-trained psychologist who gambled his way through life. Walter was disgruntled. With a combined IQ of nearly 700, they were struggling to keep their lights on, but their lives were about to change for the better when a special agent, Cape Gallo, walked through their door. Homeland Security had a crisis they could not fix. The LAX control tower had corrupted software, making it impossible to ground planes. Hundreds of lives were at stake, and Walter and his team were perfect for this job. But Walter had some hesitation. He had some dealings with Cape in the past that did not end well, but with the help of Happy, he changed his mind. He might not need this, but the team did. To solve this case, they needed an uninterrupted wireless connection, and Walter just installed one where he broke up with his girlfriend. Cape asked everyone to leave as the restaurant was commandeered for this crisis, but the manager could not stay due to his immigration status, asking the waitress, Paige, to stay with them. She could see that Walter and his team needed help, and she did her best to support, but she soon realized that she needed help more than they did. She had a son named Ralph, who she never understood, but Walter connected with him while he fixed their router. He explained to Paige that her son was a genius who just beat Sylvester at chess. She was in tears as she had no idea. She's always thought Ralph was mentally challenged, but all of a sudden, she looked at Ralph differently. Toby came in with a stolen disk that could help restore the software, but the disk failed, and Walter was frustrated. They were running out of options, and lives were at stake. Paige had built a bond with Walter and went out to motivate him, which was futile because he had a low IQ. But in the midst of this argument, Walter had an idea. The only way to save everyone was to hardwire a computer to download the uncorrupted software. They had to drive fast to LAX, but Cape was playing hardball. With Walter's disobedient syndrome, he furthered his plans against direct order. He needed someone to drive, and Ralph did something he had never done before. This was completely dangerous and insane, but Ralph had never asked her for anything, and she believed this was an opportunity to connect with her son. She drove fast and reckless as they had to go to LAX in a minimal amount of time. To make their plan work, they had to be driving 200 miles under the plane. They found a Ferrari, cracked it open, and did just that. The pilot on the plane lowered the cable to download the software properly, and after a few seconds, the download was successful. Walter pumped the brakes before they could crash, and Paige had no other option than to puke. The case was solved, and everyone was saved. Agent Gallo offered Scorpion, Walter's company, a job as independent contractors, solving cases real government agents could never solve. The team was back, but they were still missing a piece. Walter went to Paige, giving her a check for the help with the case, and offered her a job. She was going to help them translate the world in a way they could understand, and they were going to help her translate her son in a way she could connect with him. They became a happy family, a cyclone, and they went on solving cases till the end of time. Moral of the story? As a genius, all you need is a beautiful waitress.